You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Miscast Commentary, a Coming Attractions episode. I am Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
That's right, he is back. Joe is not good at math, so Joe could not figure out exactly when he was coming back. Well, I said
Neither could I.
I said the last one. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm doing another one by myself, but I don't know. And
Huzzah!
Huzzah, we're back.
I was fired.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, walked the plank, right? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, keelhauled. So they tie a rope to you, and then they swing the rope under the boat and then pull you under to the other side so the barnacles scrape off your genitals.
You know where I learned
and
that?
limbs.
You know where I actually learned that? Music class.
That's where I learned a lot of things about my genitals.
I don't know what it was. It was just the... I remember there was like a thing, like a lyric in a song we were learning or something like that, and he's like, "Who here knows what keelhauling is?" And he's like, talking about all these things, and he's like, and it would just tear you open and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Have a good sleep, children.
You're fucked. It
Like,
fucks you right up.
Oh my god!
Because those old boats have, got the barnacles and all types of shit. Other guys' limbs that they, did before. Mm-hmm. You're gonna run past some guy's old dirty nails.
Yeah.
Like.
Plus, they didn't have oranges, so scurvy was.
Oh hells yeah!
Yeah, I feel like
sailing back then was so bad that you a lot of the time you just drew straws for who's gonna get keel hauled.
Yeah.
And when you didn't get the right straw, you were bummed.
Yeah. Oh,
You're like,
man.
oh fuck.
I was really looking forward to not getting my leg blown off by a friggin' pirate.
Yeah. Just do it myself.
God
Just cut out the middleman. Fuck it.
Cut him in, baby. Lots to talk about today. First and foremost, I want to thank my beautiful wife for filling in on the Super Mario Brothers episode last week.
And then you filled her in.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
On what she
filled.
missed on Friends.
Oh, no. I was thinking, if you consider, drilling a hole into a wall, and then when you, just spackle the hole over.
Right.
That's kind of what being with me is like. Right. But, I
It's kind of just a smear over.
yeah. I'm very attentive, so
Before I
guess that's
even
a thing.
get it in, I've blown it, and then I just kind of smear it into the area. You like that, baby?
Do you like it, baby?
That's how they named
Are you
Pap
mad at
Smear
me?
from the Foo Fighters.
That was always so bothersome to me. I was just because I remember the timing was just right that I knew what both things were.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, you know what you did. You know what you did, mister.
Yeah.
And he looks
well,
like
he's got big rock money.
And he looks like such a creeper.
Yeah,
too.
he looks
and
like a creepy man. He's the only other guy with Troy McClure on the fish fucking page.
I was also gonna say if what's his face, Tiny Tim, the old ukulele player,
yes.
is if he was convicted of eating people. That's what he would look like. So yeah, I mean, lots.
He wasn't.
I know. I think he died before he was caught.
Yes.
He was a Zodiac. But,
And the Green River.
all of them, baby. But yeah,
Tiny
anyways,
Tim.
Carrie very handily filled in for Todd. Who
Thank
was at sea.
God.
Yeah, Todd avoided a.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, watching the second time was not, a great thing.
It wasn't nice.
It was. Well, we were sitting there,
It
and
wasn't nice for anybody.
I said that we had discussed, how it was good because our energy in the first record wasn't all that great and
Right.
stuff like that. And then I'm rewatching and I'm like, oh, that's why our energy sucked, because this movie is just sucking the life out of me.
It murdered. I thought I was gonna die.
It was good.
It was so bad we didn't even notice things like their shirt colors were the opposite and
Yeah,
shit.
Carrie was all over the place on that, and that was why
I was too busy trying to drill a hole through my
Yeah.
face.
I was just like, John Leguizamo, on my way. Didn't you return my calls?
Oh my God! Thank God for that.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Everybody was the better for
was
whatever
fate.
decisions they made.
I worked 170 hours in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and I
baby.
was like, "Bring it on!"
Yeah.
Every day I woke up and said to myself, "I don't have to do Super fucking Mario Brothers."
His alarm to wake up to was toot, 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 and he would just get up and
Oh
speed
yeah,
run out
just like a spring in my step.
He'd just grab a mop and start swabbing the
Whistling.
deck, and he's just like, that's not even your job. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just put me to work. I'll skip breakfast.
Okay.
And
We had to. They ran out of food, literally.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. For
Wow.
4 days, you wake up and have a bowl of cereal.
Nice.
All we want is bacon to die faster. I mean,
Well, yeah.
why?
That's amazing. I like the
Why
idea.
do this to me?
What they should have done is just soaked it all in milk and then just poured it out so it looked like that stuff in the Matrix where he's like, it's everything the body needs. That protein.
Oh yeah, that beautiful oh God, it was like oatmeal mixed with whatever.
AIDS.
Life. Yeah. You know, it was the life giver.
Lots to talk about. We're not going to talk about it all here just because we're going to be also releasing a YouTube video. We want you to check that out as well. So
Let's talk about the summer movies in our video.
Yeah, what's that?
Summer movies.
Yeah, we're going to talk summer movies. Let's talk Netflix here. Netflix
Okay.
has had a really busy.
And then I guess later on we'll talk about what's that thing on my ass.
It's what's that thing in your
That's
ass? You're
for
gonna
our
be more
old
worried
age.
about.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yes.
We have multiple different podcasts that we branch off.
yeah.
That one's our what is this thing on my ass is for our geriatric tube. Of riveting.
Yeah, goo tube.
Goo tube.
But yeah, anyways, so first say so Luke Cage.
Is that out?
Yeah, that
Season
was
2?
released. Season 2 was
Oh
released.
shit, I gotta check it out. I really liked Luke Cage 1.
It was really good. I liked the bad guy better
Ooh.
this time around. I wasn't a big fan of the
I
bad guys
felt
in the
bad for Buddy.
Which buddy?
Like he was supposed to play the piano, and then his
yeah.
fucking mom made him kill Buddy, and
And then he was
he's
in
like,
Moonlight.
I always told you should be a piano player, not in this world. And then the sister kills him because she's fucked.
Yeah. Did you know that Mahershala is actually the short form of his name?
It's what?
That's like Mahershala Ali. Mahershala is the short form of his name. It's actually like Mahershala Shabazz or something like that. Like
Ooh, an easy speller.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
And then it's like pretty
Looks good on a name tag.
Yeah, it does.
It's like 3 of them across.
And then it's like I think it's 90210 was in there for some reason. Like there's a bunch of things. But anyways, he
It's like
won
a
the
happy
Oscar
face
for
and
Moonlight.
exclamation point.
Yeah, if that's what it took to get him an Oscar for getting like a hand job on the thing. I never watched Moonlight, so I don't know what happens. But I know somebody gets jerked off on a beach. So
Moonlight.
yeah,
That's a movie?
yeah, it's a black guy movie.
Oh.
Not like I say that, but not like a Tyler Perry black guy movie, like a movie that features like strong black characters and like like that won Oscars.
Right, okay.
You know?
Yeah, it was up for Best Picture, right?
It won Best Picture.
Moon. Oh, it did.
It won Best or wait. Well, it was the La La Land Moonlight confusion. Now I never know which one actually
Oh,
won.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know. I think it was Moonlight, actually.
Yeah, I think Moonlight
I think you're
won.
right. I forgot all about that
Yeah,
movie.
they did because they announced La La Land because they had the card for Emma Stone winning for La La Land. So then, yeah. So
Wasn't
yeah,
that Warren
won.
Beatty?
Yes.
Good thing his career's already over because you fucked Warren.
Warren Beatty, and still not the worst Oscar thing ever. The worst
Nah,
one
fuck.
ever was
When Steve
Elizabeth.
Harvey said, Mrs. Brazil.
Yeah. No, it was Elizabeth Taylor, I think. I think it was the Oscars. I don't think it was the Golden Globes. But she's sitting there and she was kind of like stumbling through the whole thing, and then the other person's like, "All right, we're gonna read the winner," and she goes, "What?" Like it's like she was like a later Lucille Ball or something like that. Like her
on The
eyes,
Simpsons.
her eyes kind of crossed, and it was just like a thing. I was like, "Oh my god!"
How dare you cut me off?
It was amazing. So
She
yeah.
was just chewing the scenery probably. It was like a 2-minute line. She's like half an hour later.
Oh my god, it was horrifying. But yeah, anyways, Luke Cage.
You saw the whole thing already?
Dude, I can't even.
Fuck, like.
I can't even explain to you what happened, other than the fact that I'm in night shifts right now, and I've been so my days off, I've got to kill time. But I've watched all of Luke Cage. I've watched all of Glow season 2.
How is it?
Really good. We're gonna go do one at a
I
time.
need to
We're gonna
watch
do all
Glow,
these-
yeah.
I watched all of the new episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee,
Okay.
and that's
Dear
where,
God, you've been busy. Mm-hmm. Or not busy.
and I had the time to go see Ant-Man in there.
Sweet.
But yeah, anyway, so Luke Cage, they don't do a ton of it's one of those things that mentions the past events enough for you to remember that, something bad happened to Matt Murdock and the
Right.
Defenders, and that he's, friends with Iron Fist, because he slight spoiler alert, it's announced, like it's on the episode guide and stuff like that, but Iron Fist is in 2 episodes, I think,
Of Luke Cage.
of Luke Cage.
They're trying to save him now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, God.
Yeah, but yeah, they're trying to also further establish their pairing because they're paired in the comics and stuff like that. So they're trying to figure that out, and then you've got a little bit of follow up with Claire, who's what's her face? I can never remember her goddamn name.
Rosario Dawson?
That's the one. And yeah, so I mean, there's a lot going on, but I really like the bad guy, and something that's going to be a theme in this.
Who plays the bad guy? Do I know him?
I don't know his name.
Is it
but
William Sadler?
no, I compared him though, and I'm going to show you the tweet after this. But I did a tweet where I said he looks like an older version of Chris Rock Rock from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Oh my God.
But he plays like this Jamaican guy named the Bushmaster.
Oh, Bushmaster.
Oh, you do know Bushmaster.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so in this one he's like a Jamaican lord, though,
Yeah.
and but really cool. And
They call me the Bushmaster too because when I take my pants off, it looks like Macy Gray's climbing out.
I try to say goodbye and not sure. It's not the first time I've sung that song.
I don't think it is either.
No. But yeah, they've been doing a really good job. Marvel in general, we've talked about it.
They were knocking it out of the ballpark every fucking time.
But I mean specifically with the way they're building their bad guys as not just being evil. I'm going to take over the world. Bad guys.
Yeah,
like
I like those
everybody
too,
has. I do too. But like that's a fun thing. But it's like sometimes when you have so many weird, fantastical things, you need something kind of realistic.
Like
to
the
bring it
Purple
down.
Man. That guy was the best bad guy in my opinion.
And, he's still my favorite.
Oh, mine too.
And,
Fucking A.
And again, it's all from these
creepy
very
power,
human
too.
motivations. And Bushmaster has very human motivations for what he's doing. And this one has a lot of ambiguity. And I won't go too deep into it because I want people to watch it and enjoy it. But there's a lot of ambiguity between who's the good guy and who's the bad guy amongst everybody.
I like that.
And it's a really cool season. It's slower than a Daredevil season.
I'm still not through the Punisher. I'm just gonna say fuck you, Punisher, and I'm gonna watch the.
You're gonna so regret not watching the second half of that Punisher season though. It goes crazy.
Okay.
The second it starts to go crazy, it does not stop being crazy.
Okay. Fuck. I just can't. I'm just like, oh god.
I know. I had a really hard time, and I was thinking the same thing. I was about 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. And then I think it was at the end of that 5th episode, or beginning of that 6th episode, it was boom.
Oh, you just remind. There's a new Kimmy Schmidt season I haven't even seen.
Oh god, you got.
I've been going back through season 3.
Oh, right on. So good, you got stuff to do.
Hey, do I ever, man?
But yeah, so I mean, that was Luke Cage. Definitely check that out. Glow, season 2 came out.
Sexy show,
Glow,
right? It's boner time the whole time.
No, not so much. Well, I can always have a boner when I'm watching television, but it's that's just
especially the Disney Network.
It's the radiation coming off my screen.
Yep.
But
and into your boner implant.
Yeah, but anybody who doesn't know it, it's not even based on a true story, but it's based on a true thing. Glow was a real thing, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and sort of how it builds up is the same. But the actors aren't playing the characters from the real life Glow. They're all playing different people. And
they showed up at wrestling too.
Yes, I saw that.
They were backstage.
I did see that.
How the ladies are.
But it's an excellent show, and there's so much more to it than just the wrestling or anything like that. Mark Maron is astounding in it. He plays a shitty
Mark Marrow?
No, Mark Maron, the comedian. He plays like a B horror movie director who they hired to direct this wrestling show, and then it shows the process of, and exactly what they did in Glow. They didn't hire athletes; they hired actresses.
Right.
To play all the parts, and then they had to teach them how to wrestle. And what was really interesting in Glow, the real Glow, Mondo, I think it was Mondo and Hector Guerrero, of the older brother, they were the ones who taught them.
Shit.
And Chavo Guerrero plays the guy who trains them in this one.
Chavo Guerrero's in it.
Yeah,
fucking Chavo.
He's not in it a lot. He's in a couple.
Yeah, whatever.
Episodes.
So it's still nice to see Chavo in something.
Yeah, but there's other guys who are wrestlers and stuff like that. I think the one was Carlito.
Is it what's her name? Kong is in the show, isn't she? Awesome Kong.
I
big
don't know
black lady.
Well, there is a big black lady, but I
think it's Awesome Kong.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea.
Or she was in some episodes or something. I don't know.
But it takes place in the 80s and stuff like that, and it deals in stereotypes and stuff like this. There was an episode in this one where the big black lady, she's also a mom, and she has her kid to watch the thing, and he's kind of you're in a minstrel show, you're being a stereotype because she plays welfare queen,
right?
And her whole character, she comes in with a bucket of chicken, and she's like,
welfare queen.
She's like, you like my fur coat? You paid for it, and it's all that kind of stuff. And that was the kind of characters they had. These crazy characters.
I miss those kind of characters. Now they just come down with their name, and I'm like, this guy looks like a fucking loser.
And this season, I do miss that too.
Gimmicks
were fun. The only problem is gimmicks were so hit and miss.
I know. It's Duke the Jumpster.
If a guy came out, once we had Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, even though Chris Jericho's not his name, it was just a name. Right. But it was you had looked at those guys and Bret Hart and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, these guys are resting on their laurels.
Right.
Like they're like, oh, I'm going to show you that I'm a good wrestler.
Right.
And then everybody had to then come in and go, yeah, I'm just my name. And it's like, no, you need to go back to being a character.
Yeah, you got to be somebody.
You put on a genie hat and get your ass out here on a flying carpet. But and no, I'm not necessarily saying somebody's Middle Eastern, you racists. It could have been a white
It's better
person.
when they're not.
Yeah.
Like Akeem the Dream.
No, you would have gotten, then you, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
He goes Africana's back.
There's
like,
nothing worse than that when you know when
fuck.
you've seen people who have been a regular person
who have
and
been,
then go on to be like something weird and crazy.
One man gang.
One man gang was Akeem. He was the same dude, and he
course.
was also something else. But I don't remember. And
He
then,
wasn't either Tugboat or Earthquake.
no, Tugboat became Typhoon, became the Shockmaster.
Oh God.
I am the Shockmaster, and then his helmet falls off and he falls down. Oh, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. If you've not seen that video, I know we've talked about it here. Look up Shockmaster debut WCW on YouTube, and it's basically he's wearing a stormtrooper helmet that's painted with glitter paint, and he couldn't see, and he had to bust through a wall, and he just fell on his face in front of
like the greatest.
It was like, and this was like Sting was bringing him out as like he's gonna be the next big guy, and his career died. At that moment.
Dude, that moment is so embarrassing that the gobbledygooker backstage was like, "Wow, that's embarrassing."
Jesus Christ!
That's how bad that moment was.
Speaking of which, the gobbledygooker was Hector Guerrero.
Oh my God! Well, what do you fucking know? I didn't even know that actually, and now I do.
Life. So Glow, another really good watch. If you haven't seen any of it, watch all of it. They're all 30-minute episodes, and there's like 10 episodes a season, so you can get through it.
There's only 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Huh.
you can burn through.
I'll give that one a good
And there's a lot going on in the episodes and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend. And then finally, after a long wait, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Who's in it now?
They did Dave Chappelle, Ellen DeGeneres, Kate McKinnon. Alec Baldwin.
Is it twice for Baldwin?
Yeah. And they did a couple of people. Brian Regan, which is actually the second time for him as well. They didn't include him in when they brought out all the repeats. Like his original one wasn't included. So I'm wondering if they just were they did that for a few people. It was just like they really did their choice pickings, and then they separated them into these 4 groups. But there's a lot of people in there. I said Ellen DeGeneres, right? Yeah. They did Jerry Lewis, who I honest to God thought was dead.
He probably was.
Yeah, and so they did that. And actually, I got to give Jerry Lewis a bit more credit, because I think because he just received such shit talk when we were growing up, as being like, oh, just the French like him, he's too stupid and blah blah blah. And I never gave him any kind of chance. And they were just showing little clips, and Jerry Seinfeld was talking about how amazing he was and all that. And I'm like, whatever. And then he just showed this one thing where he's trying to answer a phone. He's in the movie The Bellboy.
Right.
And he's trying to answer a phone, but there's 5 phones in front of him, and one's ringing, and he doesn't know which one it is, so he's picking them up and trying to figure it out.
Right.
And it becomes this big physical bit, and I'm like, that's really funny, actually.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's why he was, in the Rat Pack and shit.
Well, and on top of that, he wrote all his movies, he directed all his movies, he starred in his movies, he produced his movies. He was Tyler Perry of the day, but he was literally, and he would do movies because they were sitting there and they're like, oh, your movie... this movie got delayed, so you're not going to have a movie come out this year, so let's shoot another movie. And he's like, all right, and you've got 2 weeks to figure something out. And then he writes a whole another movie. I was crazy impressed by him, and it makes me want to kind of go back and look at some of his stuff.
That's cool, eh?
So, and they showed one scene where it's a giant ballroom, and it's him having to exit the room, but they show the entire walk. But it's him constantly, just little changes, he's walking normal, and then he decides he's going to walk fast, and then he slows back down again, and he speeds up, and then he starts walking kind of weird. And it's just this kind of how do I want to be seen walking out of this place? And it keeps changing. And it's subtle.
Oh, maybe I'll be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll just be,
But it's subtle, but at the same time very large.
Right.
It's really funny.
I haven't seen anything by him. Yeah, I just went with the whole fucking Freundleben bullshit,
I did, and I think it's a little bit. Yeah, I think he deserves a little bit more credit than that, and I've got to go back and look at it. But lots of good talk, and I really like to. Oh, he also had John Mulaney on, who's amazing. He did Hassan Minaj from Daily Show and stuff. It was a really good group of people, all in all. But the one thing I always like about him, the first episode was Zach Galifianakis. And he has this really wonderful blunt way of talking to the other comedians. And he was just saying, because like Zach Galifianakis caught somebody videotaping them. Like he was like holding the cell phone to his chest.
Right.
Let's see, you're videotaping us. Right. And he's just kind of like to Jerry, he's like, aren't you sick of that? He's like, why would I be sick of that? He's like, Joel, don't you think it's an invasion of your privacy if somebody's like filming you in public? He's like, no. And he's like, why? He's like, how can you think that? He's like, I'm in public.
Yeah.
He's like, that's why it's not private, is because I'm in public. He's like, wouldn't you be upset if, like, you know, you were sitting eating a dinner and somebody was videotaping you from across the room? He's like, no. It's like, why? He's like, who cares?
Jerry Seinfeld's so
yeah.
like, he's so practical though. Like he's so like, he gets it. You know what I mean?
And he's literally just like, nobody gives a crap about their video. If they post it online, so what? And he's like, he's not bothering me. He's not.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, aren't you sick of like, if you're like being bothered because he said something about riding his bike around New York. He's like, aren't you sick about being bothered? And he's like, what's bothered? He's like, hey, Jerry. Hey. And then you're gone. Like it's like what? Like I just like the way he did that. And even in his documentary in Comedian,
Fucking Jerry.
yeah, in Comedian, some guy comes up to him and he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm a big fan," and he shakes hands with him and he's very nice to him. And then the guy's like, "All right, man, take care." And he goes to shake hands. He's like, "We just shook." And then the guy leaves, and then his wife's like, "You were so rude." He's like, "We just shook hands." Like it's just
His wife's like, how is it rude to just say that? You know what
I
I mean?
Like he's just, and I just really like, the way he thinks about stuff like that. And
We just shook like 5 seconds ago. Like, why is he shaking my hand again?
And he just asked these really interesting questions. Like one question he asked of Zach Galifianakis, and it was an interesting conversation between the two. He's like, if you had money growing up, could you have become a stand-up comedian? Like, because being a stand-up is grueling, and you got to do the shitty jobs and the crappy pay, and the crappy hotels. But if you just were like, I could just I just got booed out of a place yesterday. I could just go back to my money.
Right.
You know, and so like that was the conversation. I was like, and he has those types of conversations with all these different people. He basically asked Ellen DeGeneres her feelings on the penis. She's like, I know you don't like the penis, but she's like, how do you feel about the penis? She's like, I don't really care. And she's like, I don't really think about it one way or the other. He's like, yeah, me either. Like, it's really good.
Ellen would probably be good. She's got more money than God now too,
Oh my
right? She's
God.
like, she's the new Oprah.
Yeah, and
So fuck, her show's gonna be on for as long as she wants it to be on. She doesn't even. I was watching Ellen the other day. It's like she doesn't even do anything. Like she doesn't even dance anymore. She comes out, she says a couple things. She went into the audience and spoke to audience members for a little bit, and then she came and sat down. And then the person sitting next to her pretty much just talked.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck, Ellen, you got it made in the shade, girl."
It's to be a talk show host. You can do it with you. I mean, you could do
give some shit away.
Yeah, you can do a very hard work version of it. And I'm not saying that they don't work hard and they're not busy.
Oh fuck!
But at the same time, when you're out there for that hour,
count all that money.
Yeah, that hour becomes effortless if you've done your work properly ahead of time, right? And it was just like, but it's cool to hear like these people talk and to hear like Tina Fey talk, or like when he was talking to Seth Meyers in like an early season, and they were sitting there and he said, I heard like Saturday Night Live is one of the most like difficult like political
sounds
things
like hell
to like
working there sounds like hell, man.
And he's like, well, I don't find it really political, but he's like, at the same time, I was at the top of the political pyramid, so he's like, that's probably why. Like, he's like, that's probably like the way that a dictator wouldn't think it was
right.
Too, like his thing.
This
was
is
too
awesome.
political.
Why are they complaining?
Yeah, he's like, it seems like as well as it could be run.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like, but yeah, he's like, it's a tough thing, and I mean, you read the books, you read like Gasping for Airtime by Jay Moore, things like that, and you hear about it can be a struggle, especially if you're not like a high-end person, or you've not made yourself a high-end person, to try and like get in there. And it's like he was only getting in sketches when Spade would fuck off, and like, you know, it was like
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Spade's on drugs. We can't get him out of his trailer. Yeah. Jay Moore, get out here.
Well, he literally says one time, he's like, I got into this one sketch that was supposed to be for him and Farley because he was
having sex with a model or something. Yeah. Good old David Spade.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, anyways, a lot of interesting stories, and I just like listening to comics talk like that too. Him and Chappelle, great conversations too. Like, and Neal Brennan was the other one, the co-creator of Chappelle Show.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why I was so invested in it.
Does he get his own, or is it Chappelle and the guy?
It's each.
Okay.
I was very invested in their relationship for a while, Neal Brennan and Dave Chappelle, because they had a falling out after the whole
going to
Escape
Africa
thing.
Yeah.
Well, because he felt kind of left holding the bag because he's the other producer and director and all that on the show. And then he just fucked off and they're like, well, I've got to figure everything out. And then he was kind of mad at him for continuing it. And then he basically said, you're nothing without me. And it became that kind of big thing. But then I found out I found out a while back that they had like made up and they were friends. Like
they have to. They need each other for their careers.
And then you hear them talk about each other. Well, Neal talks more in his about like him and Dave Chappelle and like how like they said that. And he said, he's like, yeah, I was at a thing with Dave and he looked at me and he's like, you know what, when you're dying, you're going to realize that I was the love of your life. And he's like, I just told my wife the other day that you're the love of my life. And then he's like, and I was like, that's such a nice thing. Cause they did everything together. Like they wrote Half Baked together. Like they go back that far. And it's like, so to hear about something like that falling apart over just kind of a craziness, right? Like it was just like
business,
just an overwhelming, like an overwhelming amount of pressure on the one guy.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
he freaked and ran off, and
it became a big thing, and then it just became like a hurtful thing towards each other, and then and I don't know why I was so invested, but when I found out that they were cool, I was like, oh, so good.
Oh, they're back together.
Yay.
Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
Tango and Cash back on the force.
Fucking A.
Hey.
All right. Fucking Cash.
You know what? That would have been a great...
Need like two cool names.
Wouldn't that have been a great...
like Hamster and Rubber Ball.
There you go.
Or something.
No, but wouldn't that have been a great segue if our next movie was Tango and Cash? We're almost a half hour in and we still haven't said what our next movie is.
Oh my God. We do that? We watch movies?
Sometimes.
Is that what we do?
I don't recall. I'm pretty sure I see
look at the screen half the time.
I wave a scarf at you while you leave on boats, and then I just come back and cry. But yeah, anyways, we are doing an early John.
I'm literally looking at it.
That must be embarrassing.
Oh, nope. Surprisingly, it's not.
Nope, don't care at all. We are doing a John Woo classic. We are doing a JCVD classic.
Yeah.
We are doing the world of slow motion camera work a favor.
Oh my God, yes. We're going to see like a 17% uptick in slow-mo after this airs. Like in a no reason slow-mo. It's 17% uptick in no reason slow-mo.
Oh, I know. Thank God this trailer isn't in slow-mo. But ladies and gentlemen, we are watching Hard Target.
Yeah.
And so let's give a listen to this trailer.
My anus is a hard target.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's true.
In the city of New Orleans, in a darker side of Dixie, away from the music and the lights, there's a new game in town.
You'll be provided with a guide, trackers, and the weapons of your choice.
I need to file a missing person report.
The competitors are deadly.
We pride ourselves in hunting only combat veterans, men who have the necessary skills to make our hunts more interesting.
And they always win.
You want to find your father? Get somebody who knows the city to show you around.
Now, the opposition is about to get one last chance.
What kind of a name is Chance?
My mama took one.
My friend, Mr. Boudreaux, Silver Star, Marine Force Recon. He's obviously not someone we should underestimate. He is an annoying little insect. And I want him stepped on hard.
We need to get out of here now.
Ladies first.
What?
These men will chase after you. He mad at you for business or pleasure?
Both. Look at it this way. You're gonna get to meet Elvis. Give it a rest, pal.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the hard target.
You miss me?
From internationally acclaimed action director John Woo.
How's it feel to be hunted? You tell me.
Hard Target.
All right, guys, that is it. Hard Target. Like, did you see how much fucking slow motion was in
the
that
preview
trailer?
I said to Joe during it that they're ruining it, and they're showing all the slow mo, and they're ruining the whole movie.
And I disagreed. They have so much more slow mo.
There's a lot of slow mo. There's a reason that movie's It's like 40 minutes extended because it's like the slow-mo.
Oh my God.
It's like an hour-long movie. They're like, shit, what are we going to do?
I think we talk about it during the movie, but I recall comparing it to just writing really large when you have to have like a 4-page essay.
Yeah.
So then you're
or like a Dean Koontz novel where on the left page at the very top only one sentence is there. And then on the next page at the very bottom is like chapter 10. So then you get 2 pages of nothing.
Yeah.
And then the next one, and the font is just huge anyways.
I love it.
It's like 20 pages stretching to 300.
No, I love it.
I love it.
Count me in. So that is what we're doing next week. We have got a really good summer for you guys of movies. Hard Target is just the beginning. We're now over the bad video game movie hump.
We're over the hump, baby. It's all downhill, free flying. Feel the breeze, baby. Woo!
Now, having BJ on with us during that period was a high point.
It was.
Which
definitely was.
Which helped. But now we're beyond that. We're beyond the reach of video games.
It's like what's funny too is it's like it's the high point of a low point. So it's sort of like being king of the shit world.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Master Blaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. It's like you're the cool kids. You're the coolest kid amongst the losers.
We were on a first-class flight up with BJ, but underneath us, the apocalypse was happening.
It was raging.
And quite literally, because both places looked kind of post-apocalyptic.
Oh, dear Lord, did they ever. God almighty.
But yeah, anyway, so we've got a fun summer for you. We go into September strong, and then we've got a
pretty slow November.
So far, nothing for November. We've got plans through October.
Good ones too. October's gonna kick ass.
Yeah, prepare, get ready, guys. But listen to everything for now. Don't just mark it on your calendars to come back in October.
Yeah, I'll just shut it off now. Come back later.
Duly noted. God.
Click.
So yeah. I don't think we have much else to add in this one.
Nope.
Make sure to tune in next week for Hard Target.
Yeah. Was that a question mark at the end of that?
Just do it. Am I asking? Oh, no. Am I dying?
Oh, here it goes.
Oh.
Well, the rest of the show will be me and the cat, I think.
Yeah. Well, get Carrie back out.
The cat's going to get great mail, too. We'll be like, keep Joe off forever. That cat was a delight. Hey.
Just give her a bowl full of chow.
Just like me.
Love it. All right, guys. As always, find us at miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter @miscastpodcast. Make sure to like and subscribe to us wherever you're listening. Whatever you picked up this podcast from today, SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, any of those things.
I caught it from a truck stop bathroom. We're talking... Oh, you're talking about the podcast?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. But if you did catch an STD, also like and subscribe and comment, because you're stuck with it now. You might as well embrace it.
Right.
But yeah, so all that
Enjoy
good
the
stuff.
scratch.
Twitter, I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. Almost got another tweet out of him recently. You actually got a tweet like.
Sweet.
The other day from your first tweet.
Boom.
We're
gaining numbers, baby. We're gaining.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Climb the mountain.
I just happened to see. I'm like, you got a new like. I'm like, oh, did he tweet something new? I'm like, no, it was a tweet that said, "This is my first tweet," and I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I tweeted that.
Oh shit! Hey, now there goes a mystery. Show me how to do it again after this. Maybe I'll throw one in there.
Yeah.
This week.
It's supposed to be like your dream journal.
It's
like
like
the weird shit out of your head.
Yeah, okay. But it's the weird, like, there's only so many letters and stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
It's twice as many as when I taught you how to use it. That's how long it's been since you
used my God, they bunked it. They bulked it up.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I might be back on this thing.
Yeah, well, because that was literally it. Because Todd would send me these messages going, "It won't let me do the whole thing." And it was like a sentence short. So it's all
Unless I put it in like the new kid talk where it's like. I see you, and it's all, I'm not spelling fuck all. Yeah. No spaces.
No.
Symbols, meaning things. Yeah.
Wow, you sound like the oldest fucking man
Let's
in the
do
world.
this thing.
Oh my God, you're so not on fleek. Oh, I guess you are. All right, guys, tune in next week. Hard Target. We are going to go slow motion every time they go slow motion. So that's going to be a long one. No,
hell yeah. We should totally.
Every time. Yeah, you got to speed us up. But we're going to I'm going to try and include some interesting information on the online to go along with that, because we want to try and figure out how long the movie was if you sped up all the slow-mo and stuff like that.
Without the slow-mo. I'll bet you could shave off 11 minutes. That's just my random guess.
If we're playing over under that 11 minutes, I'm going to the over.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna find out. So anyways, tune in next week and we will see you then.
See ya.
Oh, bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.